Hello and welcome to Sheffield Live. I'm Bailo Jallo and this is African Voices, a show where we tend to discuss the achievements and also the issues affecting Africans in this country and abroad. This week, hundreds of Guineans from all walks of life took part in a protest outside the UK Foreign Office in London, demanding help from the British government to end the killings of unarmed civilians in their country by security forces. Since 2010, more than 100 people or more than 100 protesters have been killed by the government forces. That includes the military, the gendarmes, or the police. And protesters are not happy. And over the last few weeks, across the world, in France, Belgium, the United States, and here in the UK, Guineans have been protesting, asking the international world to help end this brutality. I went to the protest and I spoke to some of the protesters to find out why they were protesting and what they want for the UK government to do.
We're just here today to send a message, a clear message, right, to address the issues that Guinea is facing nowadays. So actually, in the name of the Coalition for Justice and Democracy, we are gathering here today to address a clear message to the UK government, to the Prime Minister, to the European Union, and to the international community about dictatorship that has been taking place in Guinea.
So what will you say are the kind of issues that are happening in the country?
All right, the issues been going in Guinea now is just that the government is not allowing people to protest according to the constitution, which is a law that being governed by Guinea, just to allow people to protest against the violation of the law, against not holding the elections. You must remember in Guinea since 2010 that Alpha Conde, who is the actual president, took power. No election been organized on the right date, on the right place. So the opposition side is just protesting to actually push the government to organize elections as it should be according to the law.
So there has been several protests in the country,
yes,
up and there, especially in Conakry, the capital.
Yeah.
So in terms of the protest that has happened, yeah, do you think anything has changed?
Nothing has changed much, we could say, but now the problem went over because a lot of citizens been killed, right? Since 2010, we could say 103 people been killed because of them been protesting during manifestation that be organized by the opposition side, right? So now it's going over just elections. It's been a human rights issues now because people being killed, innocent people being killed. We're just demanding for justice for that.
When you say innocent people have been killed or people have been killed because they are protesting,
yeah,
what's your take on opposition or critics that says the opposition is trying to destabilize the country?
The opposition never tried to destabilize the country because the opposition has been offering a dialogue, to have a dialogue in order to solve issues that have been going on. And plus, the opposition is always acting according to the law. It's the constitution of the country which allowing the opposition, whenever something is not going rightly, just they could protest. So that's why the opposition is not just like destabilizing the country. They're just following what the law says.
Many people also argue that most of the people that are being killed are from one ethnic minority. Can you just elaborate on that? Is that true or?
Yeah, that's true actually, because as I said before, 103 people that have been killed, they're all from the same ethnic group and they're all from the same local area. Because what happened, this area is the area that always people that taking forward, people trying really to protest, and that's why they've been targeted and then they've been really killed in this area, and they're all from the same ethnic group.
As someone also who is from the opposition, what can you say to critics who think some of your militants have been attacking the security forces? That's why the security forces are reacting to their threat.
I mean, there's no any reason to kill innocent people who are protesting, right? So normally, according to the law, protesters need to be protected by the armed forces, you know, the police and the gendarmes. These are the men to protect them. But what we realizing, whenever there is a protest, people being shot, you know, by bullet, people being shot by gun. So this is something that we don't understand, something that we really don't accept, because as I said, protest is is done by the law actually. So people are allowed to protest, but it's down to the government just to protect these protesters, you know. So that's why we really don't understand why they're getting killed. Yeah.
So coming back to today's protest, we are here outside the Foreign Office.
Yes.
So what's your message? What kind of impact are you aiming to achieve today?
Okay, our impact today is just to send a message across the UK government, okay, across the international community, so they can put a pressure, just according to their power, to the Guinean government, right? So to try to send a message to them, so they can respect the law of Guinea, to respect the rule of law in Guinea. So this is the message we try to send across, and then to call the English opinion, just to try to oversee what's going on in Guinea, because Guinea getting so many help from the UK government, and what we realize in this help that the Guinean government is getting is being used just to buy bullets, just to arm the forces, just to kill innocent people in Guinea. So we want this message to be sent across Guinea government, so they can do something.
Do you think the UK government has any influence over the Guinea government?
We hope really, because there is a relationship between Guinea government and the UK government. So and then according to the international laws, so we believe that UK could do something about what's going on in Guinea.
Similar protests have been happening in other places like in France, Belgium, likewise in America, yeah. And another one is scheduled for Berlin in the next couple of days. Yeah. So are you aiming for the same impact?
Yes, definitely, because this is a worldwide going on thing, because all over the world where Guineans are living, people try really to send this message, because Guinea is under, you know, dictatorship nowadays, people being killed. So everywhere in the world, people try to get united, get together, just to send this message, so we can hope a change could be made in Guinea.
Forgive me, I'm just trying to be playing the devil's advocate here. Yeah. What can you say to critics as well who think it is only the Fulani community or the Fulani ethnic group that is doing these protests? The rest of the Guineans or the other ethnicities are all okay with the current government?
The problem is, what we can say nowadays, this is going over the ethnical problem, right? Because the main issues why the protests being held is because the violation of the law of the country. So there's always people that have been, you know, going forward, try to protest, try to ask for respect of the law. And it's happened that the armed forces are always killing the same ethnical group. So all these 103 people that have been killed, they're all from the same ethnical group, right? So, and the opposition leader is from this ethnical group, which is Cellou Dalein Diallo. And we believe, because he's the one who really opposing the government, try, you know, to push the government, so role should be respected, and that's why he's been targeted and his ethnic group been targeted.
Just a final one from me. What would be your message out there today to anyone who will be watching your interview across the world?
I want people really to help, you know, whatever they can. If like they can send messages, if they can, like, you know, get international organization or you know, government from wherever they are, so everyone can do a little bit, so we can address the real issues that have been going on in Guinea. So that's my message. I will ask everyone, you know, to act for that, because Guinea is really under threat nowadays.
Well, I'm here to support my Guinean brothers. As you know, we are neighbors, and we have the Mano River Union in West Africa, which contains Sierra Leone, Guinea and Liberia. And I've heard about this protest. I've heard about what is going on in Guinea. I've heard about the killing of innocent civilians, raping women, beating elderly. So that's why I think it's my right to come here and give my own support.
So when you say the killings and the rapings, who will you say is doing this?
Well, I will entirely blame the government. We wouldn't tell who is doing it, but the government is sending people. We don't know if they are thugs or they are from the gendarmes or wherever. We don't want to pinpoint or point finger on someone, but I can blame the Guinean government. And I advise them and appeal to the Guinean government to try to rectify this problem and avoid tribalism and sectionalism, and let us learn from what happened in Rwanda in 1994, where the Hutus and the Tutsis killed themselves. Over 1 million people died. So if we learn from that and learn from the war in Sierra Leone and learn from the war in Liberia, we should all fight for democracy, peace, justice, and solidarity in Guinea.
Talking of learning lessons, do you know the background for this?
Well, learning lesson because I've heard the government is attacking specific communities, and I don't know why, if it is for gang or if it is because just they don't like them, but I don't believe that. I believe a Guinean government should be in place to treat everybody equally, being if you are a Fula, you are a Madingo, you are a Soso, you are the Kisses, or any tribe in Guinea. I think they're all equal. They all should be under the flag of red, yellow, and green of Guinea. And let the president and his government try to rectify this as soon as possible. And remember, the ICC is there watching. The international community is there watching. The African Union are there watching. So, and the civilian were there. I mean, photos are going out. Let us not try to do what happened on 28th of September in the Stadium of Guinea, whereby they killed a lot of civilians. So that's my advice to the Guinean government, and I'm sure they should be responsible enough to stop this killing, to stop attacking civilians at night, stop attacking houses at night. So with peace, everything will go through. You as a president of Guinea, or you as a prime minister of Guinea, you as a leader of Guinea, or minister, or a parliamentarian, you should treat all Guineans equal. Equal means the law should cover everybody.
Talking of equality though, in your opinion, will you say there is inequality in the country?
Well, I am not in the country. I haven't been living in the country. Basically, all I can say, any country, anywhere in the world, even in America, there is no equality. So I'm giving advice. This is direct advice to the government and the president. And remember, of other dictators were there, they've gone. And you will go as well one day. And when you go, you don't know what will happen after you. And you don't want the Guinean children, you don't want the Guinean people to suffer behind you. So once you've been voted in for, you've been elected as a president, serve your 2-term, which I guess is finishing by 2020, and vacate and go. Allow democracy to be alive. Let us learn a simple example from Sierra Leone. Since 1996, we've been having successful elections. So the government of Guinea should learn and avoid inciting hate, inciting tribalism, inciting anything that can endanger the security of the country.
So coming back to today's protest, we've seen several protests happening in this country, likewise in France and other parts of Europe. Do you think this will have any impact?
Well, we are living in a developed country, in one of the fathers or mothers of democracy, UK, and we are directly begging the government of the UK right now, especially the Prime Minister. We know she's going through a hell of negotiation. She must be busy, but I'm asking and begging the Foreign Affairs to look after the Guinean community that I've seen here. They are my neighbors. I'm here to support them, and I guess the government know what is happening in Guinea. And I will put this directly to the former Prime Minister of this country, Tony Blair, the former Prime Minister. He knew more than Theresa May. He knew more than Jeremy Corbyn what is happening in Guinea, because he's been working there as an advisor or whatever. I don't know. I don't want to pinpoint, but I'm sure he will be the right person to lobby for the Guineans to help bring back democracy in Guinea.
There are hundreds of Guineans here today. Are you surprised with the outcome?
I'm not surprised, taking into consideration today's Monday and people have to go to work. I'm so amazed, I'm so impressed. I've seen brothers from Leeds, from Manchester, from Birmingham, from Middlesbrough, from everywhere in the country, which is amazing. So we asking everyone to come out and support our Guinean brothers and sisters to help them come out of this conflict.
And just a final one, but briefly, what happens to Pan-Africanism? Whereas many of us sometimes do argue that we want freedom from the West, but we still yet cry for help from the West.
Well, we cry for help from the West. I think I think we should be helping ourselves first before the West help us. You see what the now unfortunate American president Donald Trump said about African leaders, about Africa. So if we don't support ourselves, if we don't love ourselves, if we don't help ourselves, how the West will help ourselves? How the West will help us? So we have to support ourselves, we have to help ourselves, and we have to be united against violence, united against terrorism, united against tribalism, united against hate, against killing innocent of life. So from there, the West will see that these people are serious, then they will put their weight behind us.
I decided to join this protest because I know the importance of democracy. And the country we are demonstrating against, they don't know what is democracy. They're not practicing democracy, and there's no human rights, and they are killing innocent people unnecessarily.
When you say there is no democracy in the country, one will argue that there is democracy in the country because the current president was elected. What's your take on that?
Yes, the current president was elected, and everybody know the history of that election. It was not a fair and free election. So because of peace, we let it go. And after that, there are supposed to be another elections, and it's not allowed any other election to take place.
Talking of that though, many critics think it is only the Fulani community that is protesting against this government, and all the other ethnicities in the country are okay with the government. What will you say to those critics?
That's not true. That's not true. Although the majority that are killed are Fulas.
And why is that?
Because they know that the Fulas are the only people that are capable to do better than him. So you don't want anybody to be better than him. That's the only reason that he's killing the Fulas. Well, we are educated, we are rich, we are wise, we are peaceful, and we are the one that own business. So they are losing. So that's the only reason, because you know that the Fulani are the only one that capable to get him out of power democratically.
I'm here because we are protesting for justice in Guinea, for human rights in Guinea, and stopping killing our children and the people too.
So who do you think is doing the killing in Guinea?
We think it's the government and Mr. Condé, Alpha Condé, and the Prime Minister. He's killing the people because there's no justice, nothing. They are not doing nothing. So we are here to ask help from UK to help us in Guinea, and to ask the government to do the justice and stop killing us.
And do you think the UK government have any power over the Guinean government?
Yes, because maybe they will speak with the government and understand what is going on, and then speak with the opposition and understand what is going on. But we have a lot of proof, because they are killing. They are going to the house, killing people, and then beating, and then doing everything. We need the justice and the human right in Guinea, because there's no human right in Guinea.
The main reason why I am here today, everybody knows what is happening in Guinea-Conakry. It is the country of my forefathers, the country that I really love and I cared about. People have been slaughtered for no reason, just because they are connected to a tribe or something else, or to a political party. It is unacceptable in the 21st century that people should be slaughtered for no reason and no justice has been taken. That's the reason why I'm here, to talk to my government, because Britain is my homeland now, and I'm addressing my government for them to help us. And let them go to the social media, or let them contact the government in Guinea and the opposition party, and they see what is actually happening there. We need their help. Freedom for all. Everybody has a right to live.
Sorry to interrupt you there. Do you think the British government has any influence over the Guinean government?
Britain is one of the most important countries in the world. They are a permanent member of the United Nations. They hold a seat in Europe. They are colonial power. And I guarantee you that if you underestimate
colonial power, but not a colonial power for Guinea-Conakry.
They are not a colonial power of Guinea-Conakry, but they have influence over the French who colonized Guinea, and because they are working together. So I believe that if Britain actually put their hands there, Tony Blair, who used to be the Prime Minister of this country, actually was in Guinea. He was advising the present president. And obviously, they do have influence.
Well, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for this week. Until next week, thank you for watching and have a good week.